everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we are decorating another apartment today. This one I've done a couple of times. Honestly, the layout for this apartment that I'm doing right now is the one that I just prefer for this apartment. So the last couple of times I've done this specific apartment, I've kind of stuck to this layout. But it flows really well. I think it works great, so I'm just kind of going with it. But for today's apartment, also because it works because there's so many bedrooms in this apartment now, but for today, we are decorating it for a big blended family. So that means, say you have had two different families and they've split up the parents, and then, you know, one of the parents found a new partner and they moved in together, and now they're living in this apartment together with both of the parents' kids from like different other parents. Am I making this confusing right now? I feel like I'm just over. That's fine. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. But so the idea for this apartment, the specific one, was that one of the parents is a little bit older than the other one, and so they have one child from a previous marriage or just a previous partnership or whatever. And they are a little bit on the older side. So I kind of had this idea that that specific child is already off to university, but they still have a bedroom in this apartment. It's just supposed to look a little bit on the older side, whereas the other two, actually it's three because we have a pair of twins and then also a tiny human living in this apartment. So the others are basically from this new marriage. So they have been blended together and are now living in this apartment together as well. Although the oldest, I don't know if I was going for eldest or oldest right there. Anyway, the eldest kid is supposed to be off to university. So, but yeah, that's basically who we are decorating for today. It also kind of hit me that I don't think I've done. I mean, I don't remember all apartments or houses that I've done by now because I have done so many. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. That's half a decade. And I've been building for at least 4 of those 5 years. So I don't remember every single build that I've done, but I'm pretty sure that I've not done a blended family apartment that had a little bit more of a modern vibe to it. Although it's not like super modern, I would definitely say it does have touches of other stuff as well, but I don't think I've done a big blended apartment or a blended family apartment in this sort of style before. And also to make sure that not everything ended up being super neutral colored, I also mixed in some of this sort of like sage color that I really like. That color was very much introduced through Spa Day and also Dream Home Decorator, so we're using a little bit of that throughout the apartment too. Although I will say that the different bedrooms kind of have their own color scheme, so it's mainly for the common areas that we're gonna go for the sage one. I don't really remember what the parents' bedroom looks like, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason I just don't remember at all. I decorated this apartment Sunday, and then for the past 2 days I did a 24-hour readathon for my other channel, my booktube channel. By the way, if you like books, definitely check it out. You can find a link to it, the channel, in the pinned comment. But that means I built this Sunday, and I was a little bit off of Monday. But I don't really remember it because the past 2 days I've just been reading. So, and I'm kind of tired today as well, but that's fine. It's all good. It's kind of to be expected when you stay awake for that many hours, like you end up tired. That's just how it is. It's a sacrifice, but it's okay. But if there's anything you'd like to see from me aside from this apartment, definitely let me know. I will see if, I think we got 2 new kits coming out tomorrow, so I haven't really covered any of the previous kits, to be honest, in videos. I don't think I have since the very first 2 were released. Like back in the day, what was that? Country Kitchen kit and also Bust the Dust. I don't think I've actually covered kits in separate videos since those 2, so I might cover tomorrow's 2 just because I really want to have like a proper look at the children's one, the I don't even remember what they're called. Wow. The one with the backyard stuff. The one with the, you know, that one. Yes. The little campers? Is that what it's called? Wow. Let's just move on. Anyway, I kind of maybe want to do a video covering those two kits just because I haven't done anything like that for the longest time, like I just explained. So that might be going up on the channel tomorrow. I don't know, let me know if you want to see that, because if there's literally no interest for it, then I just won't. But let me know if you would like to see that. So I think it looks cute though, but I'm pretty sure they're released tomorrow on the Thursday, or were they released yesterday and I just missed it because I was doing my video? That would be awkward. If they were released yesterday, disregard everything I just said. But anyway, what are we working on right now? I think we're still working on the kitchen area of this house, although this is more like the hallway area. Oh, we already did the dining room. Sort of. I think I go back both to the living room and also possibly also the kitchen, because I don't think I actually placed down clutter. I think I was mostly focused on placing down the bigger pieces of furniture first. Not really sure why. Sometimes I like to just get one room done before I move on to the next one, but sometimes I also like to just place down these bigger items before I go back and then place down like plants and clutter pieces and lamps and candles and so on and so on. But pretty sure we're doing this little area first though. I'm also still set on the fact that we need more hallway clutter, like beanies and gloves that you can place on dressers, for example, or just like a side table that you have, or keys. Like, wouldn't keys be amazing clutter? I feel like we're missing hallway clutter because there's just none of it. I don't know about you guys, but it's rare that I ever see a very neat and non-messy hallway. I feel like there's always shoes everywhere, a lot of jackets, people have their gloves out, especially during the winter when you actually use them on a daily basis. You don't want to put them away every time you go inside. Also beanies. You just want to make sure that they're ready and available for you to put on before you go outside. I don't know about you, but maybe that's just me. But, and also in my childhood home, we had like, the hallway was a situation. Let's not get into that. There was a lot going on. We were like 3 kids, sometimes 4 kids in the house, and a dog. There was a lot going on in that hallway. So anyway, my point, we just need more hallway clutter. I feel like we really need like a little bit of like gloves and beanies, for example, especially if you have seasons. We have winter, so like we need it, you know, but also I realized that for base game it wouldn't necessarily make that much sense because it's always sunny in The Sims if you don't have seasons. So, you know, it would look, I don't know, it would be a little bit like, I feel like for base game players it would maybe seem a little bit out of the blue, but for the rest of us, for those of us who at least have seasons, maybe it should have been in the seasons. That in the season's expansion pack, or Snowy Escape. It would have also made sense in Snowy Escape. I just feel like it's something that's missing, along with more kitchen clutter too. That's another thing that's really been bothering me lately. I definitely feel like, and I'm pretty sure that I also mentioned that in a recent video, but I really feel like we're missing some kitchen clutter as well. It's just, I don't know. It's a feeling I've been having lately, so. But this is the first one of the bedrooms. This is supposed to be for the older kid, so they have their own little section of the apartment over here. The rest of the bedrooms are pretty much close to each other, but this one is on the other side of the apartment actually. So they have a little bit more privacy, which I feel like they would appreciate because they are supposed to be a little bit older compared to their half siblings, and they also have their own bathroom, which I'm sure that they also appreciate, even though right now I don't think they actually live in this apartment. I definitely tried at least to make sure that it looks like it would be for an older sim. So they also don't have a lot of hobby items in here, or like there's not a lot of like teenish decor, if you will. I tried to make it look like it would be for a little bit of an older sim, so they have their own computers set up, although they do have a computer. I would imagine that they actually brought a laptop to school instead, so I just felt like it was weird placing down a desk without a computer or a laptop on it, so I ended up placing a computer there. You can delete it if you don't like it, it's completely fine. Also sized up a shelf so that they could have 2 guitars, because I think this sim right here kind of likes like rock music and horror movies. I don't know, I'm getting that kind of vibe for them, so that's what I was trying to show with the posters over on the wall to the left right now. And that's, I don't know, that's just what I was trying to go for. But without adding way too much clutter. Not that there's a thing like way too much clutter, let's be real, but I was trying to tone it down a little bit because I do imagine that they would have brought some posters to school and some of their decor pieces, and maybe they had like a third guitar or something. So when they're living on campus, they have those things with them, but they still have some of their old belongings at their bedroom in this apartment. And so yeah, that's basically what I was trying to do there, but I don't, it's fine. Anyway, I hope you guys like that bedroom though, but we are working on the parents one now. So this one I made a little bit brighter compared to the common areas that are very like dark brown. This one I decided, I think it was mainly because of the side tables actually, because they didn't come in the right swatch. So going from the side tables, or like taking inspiration from that color, that sounds so weird, but I don't know how else to phrase it. I decided to go for a medium wood tone in here, so it's a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter, but I kind of like it for their bedroom too, also because the rest of the apartment is so dark, except from the children's bedrooms and also the toddlers' bedrooms, because I don't know, I always go for separate styles and color scheme for those rooms, just because in my opinion, children's bedrooms don't necessarily have to, like, even if you care a lot about interior design, I feel like children's bedrooms kind of just have to be the child's thing. I don't know, it has to be playful. It doesn't have to be stylish. It's gonna be a mess all the time anyway, because kids are messy. That's just how it is, like, you know. So I always like to make those a little bit different compared to, like, if I try desperately to go for a certain style for an apartment, if there's a child's bedroom, I will always make it different. I just feel like that makes more sense. So it's the same with these two, the two bedrooms that we're gonna do next. They don't necessarily fit the vibe with the rest of the apartment, but in my opinion, they don't have to. So since the parents' bedroom is so big, that's actually one of the reasons that I often go for this very specific, floor plan for this apartment. It's that those little bump outs with the windows right here, as you can see, they always annoy me when I do floor plans. Like, they always annoy me because you can't really place anything there other than like a couch or something. It's also because I personally do not want to place TVs and stuff in front of windows. I feel like it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to put bookcases in front of windows. I've talked about this before, but I'm very particular when it comes to my windows. I don't like them to be covered because I like light. So I just don't, like, a couch is fine. Something that's not necessarily like a tall item, that's fine. You can place that in front of windows, but also it would be super annoying in real life, I feel, to have a TV in front of a window unless you know there's no light coming in through that window, because otherwise you're gonna like have a certain or a consistent sun glare coming through the window when you're trying to watch the TV. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope I'm phrasing it right. So I'm just very particular when it comes to windows in The Sims, and that's just, sure, it's just my thing. But yeah, so because of that, we're just kind of going for it. Like, they have their own little living room situation as well, so they can sit in there and chill with a book or something if they need a little breather, you know, from the stressful family life, which can be stressful for some people. And sometimes you just need a breather. You just need to like have your own 5 minutes or something. So they have this little situation in there. I'm pretty sure the thing that I did under the other window with the ottomans is not actually functional, but it looks nice. But they do have a couch in there, so they can sit on that instead. So this is for the twins, the two kids, and I was really trying for the, without making it overly messy as well, because if there's too much or too many toys on the ground, that'll cause rooting issues for gameplay. So I was trying without putting down too many toys on the ground, I was trying to make it look like they still had like a happy little play going on or something. So there's some cars lying around. They have I think I actually ended up here in the toddler's bedroom using some of the plushies from but 2, which judge me all you want, that's fine. I love the Star Wars plushies. It's the rest of the pack that I don't fully agree with. Although I do like the miniature spaceships and stuff. I like those. Those are cool. They look like collector's items and I appreciate those. I use them sometimes, but like the rest of the pack, I never touch. That's the whole thing. But as someone who actually likes to collect various things, I do various things inspired by pop culture mainly, and also books. I do like to, and plants, but anyway, I do like to use those items now and then, so I don't often go for them, but there is actually a Baby Yoda, or I should call him Grogu, in the living room. Although I know that item is base game, there is a Star Wars item in this apartment already, so I figured, you know what, let's just use the plushies from Journey to Batuu. If you don't like them though, you don't have the pack, they just won't be in this bedroom. It's completely fine. Maybe they'll be swapped out with some toys that you do have access to. But I do understand that that's not necessarily a pack that's owned by everyone. I feel like unless you're like a completionist when it comes to your collection of Sims 4 packs, you might not necessarily have that one. Oh, and also, before I forget, because sometimes I do tend to forget to explain this, but this apartment will be up on the gallery and also on Patreon for downloads. So the tray files would be over on Patreon, but you can just download it off the gallery if you have access to the gallery. But the thing with apartments and platforms is that they cannot be uploaded if you're using platforms, because you have to upload apartments as room builds. So it sounds like I didn't say ass right there, but I said something. Let's just continue on anyway. So what I do when I upload apartments, I still upload them as room builds, but I have to remove the platforms themselves. So I've been using some platforms throughout this apartment. I think there are mainly 2 different levels. So what I do is I place down a half wall that is the level of the height of the platform as it's supposed to be. I don't know if that makes any sense. So the if an area is closed off with the lowest half wall, that means you have to raise that area by 1 tick. So the platform, you raise that by 1 tick, and then there'll be another area that's closed off with a 2 tick half wall, like the second lowest half wall. So that means you have to raise that area by 2 ticks. I hope that makes sense, but if you got any questions, let me know. I will try to explain it to you in a better way. I know that I suck at explaining things, but I try, I do my best. But I found that that's the easiest way to kind of show you guys where you're supposed to, or it might actually be 3 ticks, not 2. But I feel like that's the easiest way to show you how to fix the platforms. If you don't want to play with the platforms and you find it too complicated to fix yourself, just ignore them. I just wanted to play around with them a little bit in this apartment because it is a bigger apartment. It just adds a little bit more, I don't know, levels and stuff to the interior. So that's what that's about. But anyway, I think we're just doing this bathroom, not necessarily the other one, I don't think, but I think that's pretty much it for this apartment. So if you guys like it, like I said, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT, and the tray files, like I mentioned, will be over on my Patreon, and you can find a link to that in the pinned comment as well as in the description box. If you like books, check out my booktube channel. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment as well. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you